Alright, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, and again, like normal, I started the video, I maxed out what I had, and it stopped or whatever. It'll only let me record so much, and if I ramble too much, it'll always cut it off. But I wanted to give a bump up on this one because I figured out what everything was that I didn't understand last time. This is the wattage that it's consuming. That's the cumulative kilowatts that it's consumed since the meter was turned on. This one is like a tare option. I'm not sure how to run it though. There is the voltage that's coming into it, and there is the amperage that it's consuming with everything, the pumps, the meter, these meters here that you probably can't see that for that goofy effect. There we go. Maybe if I can do that. So it focuses on my hand and not on the meter. This is the water coming out of the floor. This is the water coming out of the hot water tank going in. The little teal pumps are doing their function beautifully. It's staying nice and cool. You should always be able to hold your hand on them comfortably. If they're hot, do not hold your finger. They'll remove your fingerprints. If the cartridge hangs in there, the cartridge is about half the price of the pump. The pumps are about $350. Once you turn them on, leave them on for the entire duration of the year. What little bit of these only use about 40 watts a piece is what it is. Otherwise, and what little bit of wattage that they use is far cheaper than replacing the cartridge even one time. Just being to the wise or whatever, frugal or whatever you want to call it. But it's doing really good. Before this came back up online, we'd had a few days of really bad clouds, wind. One night it even got down like 27, 28, something like that. 2 nights in a row. It was kind of cold. Back door. It is, when I did the concrete down here, I put the freezer, the refrigerator, something else. Oh, the other top like this upstairs is to get it out of the way, is because just to make room for the concrete people to come and put all this in, but it was all upstairs out of the way. I opened the door to get the refrigerator back downstairs, and I didn't shut it. I just hairballed it or whatever, and I got a little elevator that takes me up and down. And I transferred back, went down, got in my buggy, brought in the refrigerator from outside, and left the door open. Well, over the next 2 days of not putting no energy into the floor, it kept getting colder and colder. But when I went up, there was a window right above this that I leave open deliberately to keep the excess from getting too hot, which is shut today, and I probably need to open it up because otherwise it'll get too hot. But it's been doing real good on the excess. But this is the first bright day that we've had in 3. It's been a couple, 3 days before we did anything. That's not normal for us. We normally have about, they say 300 days. I've never really counted them, but I'd believe it. Good. We got 2 months of cloudy weather. The rest of the year is beautiful up here. But it's putting back into the batteries 58 amps on the front array and 62 amps from the back. This is 10 panels of poly, old, 16 years old. This is 12 panels of brand new bifacial monocrystal. This is also pulling a 2,000 watt load, what you saw on that sub panel over there. The rest of these panels are coming. I got a few of the boxes in. I'm waiting for Tuesday for the breakers to come. I had one damaged. It's just the corner got broke. But the sad part is that's where the O-ring is also. I mean, if this was outside, it would have wrecked the box, is what I'm trying to get at. Indoors, it's just to keep when this is finished, This will be like a cabin kitchen. No, probably it'll have water, but nothing like super high pressure. I got water pressure and all that in the shower, in the bathroom if I need it. You know, the best I would do here is just wipe something up. But let me back this up. Okay, this always feels like I'm on the edge of my seat when it's that close. But they're charging the batteries while still providing the power to heat the floor, and the floor is rebounding. Again, I messed up a video, but I was talking about the little Instapot and the range top. This is 120. I'm looking at getting one of those air fryers with the rotisserie. I got a coffee pot coming. My coffee pot for the gas stove won't work on this. It has to be iron of like something magnetic, and it's stainless steel. You know, won't no mush to pop. Not even my saucepan won't work on this, and it's like one of them tri-bottom ones or whatever. But that's induction. There's another one that those would have worked on. But this is better. I like this one. I just got used to it is what I'm trying to get at. And it works extremely well with the cast iron, like better than gas. And I can't, it's hard to say that, but it really does work that well with cast iron for whatever reason. Don't know. It's just the inductive load. And speaking of loads, is I brought this up from 1,000 watt to 2,000 watt to see how much excess energy I would have. The system can pull that 2,000 watt, no problem. In the clouds, though, I just have to shut it off because it's too much coming from the batteries on a regular. At 1,000, I could use it a lot more, is what I'm trying to get at. The final idea is I'm probably going to buy another one of these panels, but gut it for the meter, the breakers, and all that. I don't need the plug-in part, and that's all that's in there. Is just, you know, the plug-ins are wired bare on the backside. Pretty good little box. I should open it up and give a review of it. It's a pretty good little box. But I want to get a bigger tank. Not necessarily, I don't want it bigger, but it's the only option I have, but to get one with two elements. Put a 2,000 element in the bottom, 1,000 element in the top. Use the same kind of controller with the PIDs to control what it's going to do, but is on each one of the legs is come off with a current limiter, is what a programmable current limiter is, and so you could have, like for the 2,000 would be about 16 amps, is, you know, have it at full, then have the other one set at 8 amp, the other one start at 8 and go to 4. You get what I'm saying? That way you can just flip it on and off, you know, just easy peasy. You're not doing nothing, and it would always stay running. Even in the clouds, I was easily able to cook every meal. I love this thing so much. The pressure, all my friends are tired of hearing me about this thing. Everybody else knew that this thing existed. I didn't even know that you had an electric pressure pot. I would have had one years ago. The second I found out about it, before I even had all the excess power, I was buying one. This is new, but this, I was hoping it would use more power than it does, but it really doesn't. It's pretty efficient. The other one I have, it only worked off the generator. I never had that much power before, and it worked off the generator. But boy, it'd make it scream. I thought it was really like using a lot of power. It just, the generator was a sissy. it just screamed for no reason. And I don't like, I'd rather go hungry or eat something different than listen to that generator run, period. I shut that dude off December 4th, 2019, and I never keyed the switch again. Well, I shouldn't say that. I've changed the oil. I've started them once or twice. That was it. I never went back. I got 2 of them big hogs. That's when I moved out here. That was power. Now all this replaces all that, and I make just about as much power between these 2 these 2 inverters as I did off that great big generator. More usable power, at least, because these, you can run them right to their max, and they're okay. The lights don't even flicker. They're perfectly okay. Yeah, like I said, the boxes are coming. That'll get this all better, is what I'm trying to get at. The breakers are coming. The boxes are here. Breakers are still coming. And hopefully nothing really got lost. That'd be great if it doesn't, actually get lost. I don't know what else to say, y'all. I hate when I start a video and then it messes up, because then I forget what I said and what I don't say and all that. But as far as running the nominal load of the house, this thing, just that one has it with no problem. This was making it look effortless, because I could cook, I could carry on every day with all the normal, running the pumps, everything, and then still have full batteries when I was done. Can't say enough. Would I suggest using 2? Oh, that's what it was. I was, at one previous video, I was thinking about getting a modem or Wi-Fi, like a router, and then hooking these up and see if I could make them communicate. Did more research on it. Same company that makes this makes a wide variety of them that can do that. These cannot. They do have the app where you can monitor it, but other than that, they can't talk to each other. As long as this one has a load, if they're both loaded, I would say that. Coming in, they never fight, they never fuss. When this one doesn't have a load and they're getting up to about 29 volts, this one starts shutting off the charger completely. I'm assuming that's normal. They're about 2 years difference in their age. This is brand new. This is going on 2 years old. But they're the same company, the same people that made them. They're just sold by 2 different vendors. Oh, well, but they work fine as long as they don't go up to 29 volt. And you can program what these shut off at. Like I could deliberately shut this voltage down at like 28.5, and it wouldn't do that, is what I'm trying to get at. There's ways around, there's ways around the limit, but I've not done it, is what I'm trying to get at. I'd rather just shut it off and not fuss with it. Because the ones in the back are way overkill. You're talking like 4-something thousand at 9 a.m. And with the bifacial gain, they're saying it's over 5,500 or something like that on the wattage. It's an insane amount of power coming off of one array in the back. And there's room for another one up on top. I would have to have like some kind of electric car, something to use the power to even install that other one. Replace the ones in the front that this one's on. That would be just shut it off when it's not in use, because it is handy when it's cloudy. This one does much better in the clouds, like intermittent clouds. That's not even a hurdle for this high stepper. This one with the poly panels, they're old. They were 10 years old when I bought them 6 years ago, and they get hindered pretty quick in the clouds. Any amount of clouds, as long as there's some daylight in the sky, the back ones in the back seem like they're not affected. When it was dark, like it was for a couple of days, yeah, they crashed just as well. They were barely making any amperage, just enough to cook. That to keep the batteries up and to cook, that's all they made. Compared to the old system, when this was lead acid, this one here was lead acid, and I had chargers like this one, and I have a bigger one. Yeah, this is night and day difference with the lithium in these things and the way they do. Yeah, in the old system was 20 or 12 volt. This is 24. That's an improvement. And hopefully someday soon is I'm going to jump up to 48 volt. Both the arrays in the back will be full with 2 new inverters. That'll be a good day is what I'm trying to get at. But that's that day, not today. I went as far as I want to go. And another shout out to Citibank Group, financed all this stuff. It's went to a good cause. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm paying it back. There's nothing for free. I just appreciate the credit is what I'm trying to get at. And they said I had enough to complete it, but that's another about $14,000. I don't want to go that deep in debt. I'll pay this off, pay it, and then start over again. And by then they'll probably have better batteries and they'll have better equipment. I'm pretty much a firm believer in just don't buy more today than you can pay off tomorrow kind of thing. I get real panicky in debt. It's just me. I just can't do debt very well. And I had an international trucking company. That shit almost killed me, y'all. That was more than my hillbilly brain could get wrapped around. Thank God I had a greedy wife, and I mean that in the most positive, best way. She had no problem. Yeah, she had no problem with that. She that was right up her alley. Bless her heart. Okay, guys, I'm gonna let it go at there. Hopefully, the next time we get in here, it'll be after Tuesday. The breakers will come. I'll get the boxes in. That'll make it look better. I'm waiting for that day. I've been waiting for that day a long time. Some of these boxes I've had for a while. I've been waiting for the breakers and just order, reorder. And now I guess it's really going to get screwed up with this 100% tariff thing that he's talking about. The orange-faced embarrassment needs to be like the Article 25. He's not fit to be the president. Is he a bad human being? No, he's not. Well, yeah, he is. He's a horrible human being. I'm just fucking lying. He's a horrible fucking human being that is unfit to be president. Let's be just straight and honest about it. And hopefully his little buddy in Russia goes down with him, right down the same toilet bowl. Yeah, that you can't be a habitual career felon, criminal, misogynistic, bigot, intolerant, racist, rapist, pedophile, alleged or whatever with all this. Just release the damn Epstein files. If it's not such a big thing, just release them. Otherwise, you're probably guilty. That's just the way it looks. I can't get over that, y'all. All right, I better let it go before this thing says I got no more time, and I don't want to do this again. So, all right, y'all have fun. Well, just have fun. That's all I can say. And there's no big nothing. Might want to break down ground for a good garden. That's all I know. I'm not saying run to the store and buy toilet paper and tinfoil, because that's pointless. But you might want to get prepared for a garden, is what I'm trying to get at. Because do I see this getting any better? No. Not unless the state stand up and sue him to make him stop. That's the only thing. Trump is not going to stop unless he is stopped. And the only way, he dodges in court, like, I don't know, something professional, dude. He should have been a ball player. I mean, the way he dodges in court. Okay, I better let it go at that. Y'all have fun. Wishing everybody the best. All right, talk to you then later.